December 4th, 2013. Guys, these are the newest images that we have that are from the Sechi HI1A camera. You can see ISON rising in the top right as mercury comes down. Now, ISON has not changed its size, and I'm going to show you the images that we were catching as it was leaving the CRO2. It's getting further away from the camera, and I'll show you that on the 3D model. But we've got some rocks inside that field that seems to be fading into a dust pattern. You see that, guys? It is not. It is getting further away from the sun, so we're not getting the light reflection. It is getting further away from the camera, so we're not getting the distance. This in the green image is what's inside it. Some of these rocks are miles and miles wide, guys. We've done the analysis on it. You see ISON coming here. Now, that's Earth's in the very center of the screen. Now, what we've got is ISON is coming straight up. Earth is going to be moving to the right and come under it. This is a close-up of it. Again, this is the same stereo 8 camera. ISON is not getting smaller. It's not getting dimmer except for the apparent light. We have the same large objects that are going to be coming over the Earth. Now, also, some of the things we need to think about at this point is we've got the moon and we have Mercury involved in both passages as ISON comes over the Earth and as we go through the debris trail in January. Notice this is today's date. I'm doing the video at 7 p.m. tonight, Central Time, December 4th. Now, I'm going to turn it straight down where we're looking from the top, like we do in a lot of our JPL models. Now, I'll turn Earth. Now, here's where stereo A is in the camera. It's moving right with the blue arrow. It's looking with the red arrow, crosshair. Now, ISON is moving away from the camera. It's moving across this line up, away from A, closer to the Earth. That's why it appears to be getting smaller. Guys, it's moving a couple million miles a day away from the camera, so remember that. You see in the blue image, this is the debris field that's there. If someone's telling you it's fading into a small dust event, you don't have to worry about. Be very suspicious. Are you listening? We have the same objects that are there. Just because the light's fading out is not making these rocks any smaller. You got it. Now, had a couple questions in the last video about where to look for the Geminids and the other meteor shower. Now, again, the Geminids are going to come from almost straight up. And the new one, which is coming from Pisces, they may go ahead and name the Pisceid meteor shower. But go in and Google that, guys, and it'll give you some star maps and things like that. But straight up is a good way to look at the Geminids. And that's going to be the larger one. We're just going to be getting it a crossfire. Now here, this is what I was talking about. Both on the trail as ISON comes out, we're going to, at this point, Venus would encounter that debris trail first. Now, so there would be neat to have some telescopes on Venus. That would give us some indication. You see that? Plus, we're going to have the moon between us and at that point. So we're going to, and you ever seen all the craters on the moon? You wonder where they come from, guys? It's events like this if they get this low. Now, notice how ISON is, and notice now they made it a small object instead of the large object it was on the 3D models before. It's not any smaller. It's just that the outer column is not glowing. It's not electrically charged. And notice in January, we're coming up. That blue line is just the very center of the debris trail. So we're in it there, but we're coming into it a week before, and it's gotten wider. Now, this time, the debris trail is going to be going towards the sun in the long arrow. Everything's going to the right. This is the time to be watching the moon with telescopes. Again, it didn't get those craters from just sitting around looking pretty, guys. This is a heads up. We're going to be watching it, get the new images in. Guys, listen, regardless of your religion or your beliefs, we're getting a lot of good information from different people on Paul Begley's channel, and we're going to do a live show there from 11 a.m. to 2 tomorrow Central Time, okay? Now, a few days ago, this guy called in. He talked about the things we had mentioned. The images that we saw of the large object on Sechi were real. 4 people had been fired. Also, he said they are changing the terminology from meteorite shower to meteorite storm. And he confirmed what I said, that they are not telling us the size of these nucleuses. There were, again, hundreds of witnesses, and it's probably in Paul Begley's archive. I said that they're not telling these guys coming out of these schools on astronomy and JPL, stuff like that are going to work there. They're telling them to not tell the public the true size of these objects. And he confirmed that. It's a heads up. There's a lot of good info on that show, guys. Join us tomorrow. Be safe.